Ahoy! Peace and blessings. Welcome back. 42 Divine Principles of my yacht, number 16. I am not deceitful. Simple enough, we are not deceitful. We truly can't deceive anyone with any type of discernment at all. There's higher beings, spirit guides, and just angels, all kind of stuff, positive or negative beings. They can't be deceived, you know. I've encountered thousands of beings that cannot be lied to. I'm not sure the right word for it, omni something, you know, but when you know everything, I don't know if that's omnipresence, omnipotent, whatever, but, you know, they literally just know everything. You know, they remind you about stuff when you were a baby, stuff you never even remember, beings that can predict the future. People go to oracles, psychic readers, things of that nature. Even like people doing tarot readings and stuff, I might start doing tarot readings. These people, they can know the past and the future, you know. They can connect to that part of God, that deep source of intelligence that they have, you know. So it's really very childish to try to deceive someone, you know. It's like a kid trying to deceive their parents. Their parents know the truth the whole time. They can play those little games, act like, you know, they can deceive them, act like they can trick them, that they are smarter than them, that they're stronger than them, that they've been through more things than them. They know the truth at the end of the day. And that's the same thing for like other spirits, other people you'll meet. There's always people who are stronger than you, smarter than you, wiser than you know. But they have different paths. Their path may be easier than yours. Their path may be harder than yours. You know, you never know. Very few people, if anyone at all, will tell you everything about them. Naturally, we are deceiving creatures, you know. But it has to do with time. I can't tell you everything that happened in 24 hours, you know. We don't even try to be deceitful, you know. It's just like, if you're not tapped into everything, you know, everything I'm doing, I'm just chilling, I'm not doing, you know. But it's like you want me to remember everything I did in 24 hours or 48 hours or a week, months, years, you know, your whole life. No one remembers that stuff. The average person doesn't, you know. Very strong spirits do. I don't even remember everything I do. I have very bad memory, honestly. That's just something to remember, you know. You can't deceive God. You can't deceive these higher beings, you know. When you're on your spiritual path, you're working with these higher energies and stuff, you have to be truthful. You don't have to be, but I advise you to be truthful. Things are more likely to go in your favor. You know, people love honesty. You know, even some of the worst stories they get told, people attract to it because it's truthful, it's honest. You know, the same thing that happened to that person can happen to anyone. And we don't get spared from any experience, truly. We're born where we're born. Our family's our family. After that, you know, anything goes, really. I just like the rocks in that background. Nope. I figure it's pretty loud, though. There's people who, like, pride themselves in being deceitful. They don't have any type of camouflage. They don't have any type of deceit. I'm sure you've met those types of people before. People who are just constantly lying to you, constantly lying to everyone they freaking meet. And everyone knows the truth, you know. The truth is just you're a liar. Truth isn't, oh, these people think I'm telling the truth, I'm getting away with it, I'm so cool. No, the truth is everyone knows you're a liar, no one wants you around. It's a very negative trait. Everyone knows truly who you are, you know. It's kind of like I could walk around completely new people. No one knows my name, no one knows anything. The first time they see me, they still know who I am. They're not deceived by anything, you know. Their eyes let them see, they can see. If their ears let them hear, they can hear. You know, it's hard to even deceive blind people, deaf people. So, you know, we take pride in those things. We take pride in telling the truth, you know. Because really, what do you have to lie about? You know, your own actions. It's only weak people and children really lie. It's like, why would I lie about anything I've ever done? I did it. I accepted it. The good and the bad of it. I'm gonna have to deceive someone. You know, some days I eat steak, some days I eat pizza, you know. Some days I drink tea, some days I drink Gatorade. It is what it is, you know. People have this just deceitful energy about them, especially on social media and stuff, you know. They only want to be perceived a certain way. Like they're always doing the best things. They're always moving at 110% efficiency and living what they say. No one truly does, you know. Even millionaires sleep in some days, you know. Even bodybuilders miss out on the gym some days. Mechanics don't know what's wrong with your car sometimes. You know, teachers get answers wrong sometimes, you know. People never want to admit these things. I remember I was in like middle school, I had beat my math teacher at a game of chess, you know. I was the only person in the class to beat him in a game of chess. He was very, very just petty about it. You know, didn't want to tell anyone. hurt his ego, hurt his pride. Little 12, 13-year-old beat him at a game of chess. You know, you can't deceive me. You try to deceive other people. You know, you can't deceive God. You can try to deceive other people all you want. Have fun. Eventually, everyone will know. You know, it's the natural state of a soul, of a spirit, of a person to get stronger, get smarter, to get closer to God, to unlock more secrets, to get closer to themselves. You know, eventually, you know, there's realities, there's dimensions where everyone knows everything. The same way God knows everything, there's realities where all of his children know exactly what he knows, you know? So it's really, I've entered those realms, so I know it's no point being deceitful, it's no point in lying. I take credit for everything I do, you know? There's thousands of angels that love everything I do, you know? There's beings that love when I sleep in. There's angels that love when I don't do shit all day, you know? And they love when I do shit all day, you know, working 24 hours, don't sleep. I don't have to pretend like I'm one way or another. I'm just a person. I'm just a man. If I had the energy to do more, I would. But life's not all about what you want, what you need. Because apparently God has needs and wants, you know. He created this for a reason. We don't have our reason for being here, you know. We create our reasons for being here. But God has a reason for you. You know, sometimes they align, sometimes they do not. But there's always a greater purpose, you know. You don't have to wreck your mind always focusing on the greater purpose. That is God's job, you know. We didn't create this thing. We didn't choose to be born. We're like, you know what? I'm gonna be this tall, this skin color, have these problems, sicknesses. I got this in my bloodline. I'm gonna be born here. I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna be allergic to this. There's gonna be insects. You know, if we chose this stuff, it would be way better. Truthfully, if we let the wisest one of us, a group of wise men, choose for us, you know. There'd be no pain, no death, no suffering, you know. But since we did not create this, there's sicknesses, you know, there's death, there's anger, there's stress, you know. There's people starving, you know. And just me personally, I used to have a very strong distaste for the Creator, for creating negative things. But I'm trying to move past that. You know, it says in the book, I forgot the exact quote, but we cannot look at God perverted, you know. I had a very perverted view of God, you know, like, man, you created all this stuff, all this nasty, heinous stuff's happening in the world. It's just your fault, you know, you created this. That's a very perverted way to look at him, you know, trying to move past those things, look at God in a very great perspective, great way. Like, man, you sent your son down here and got him tortured, all this stuff. You know, I'll be feeling tortured every day with my mental illnesses and things. But I try not to look at it that way. I try not to be perverted. I try not to get angry. This is in the same way he created all the beautiful things too, you know. They say it's like a day of judgment coming. I believe he's going to get judged too, you know. I don't think we're the only ones getting judged. You know, but today's not the judgment day, tomorrow's not the judgment day, you know. More than likely, that'd be fucking crazy, but, you know, I doubt it. I doubt it. But the same way, it's not his time to judge us, it's not my time to judge him either, so. I just try to do the best things, I try to do what the book says, you know. That's what I've been doing the past couple of days, you know, not uploading and stuff. Took a break from the internet, it was really good, really refreshing. You know, they say you're supposed to take on the energy of Christ. You know, I was doing that for 2 days. You know, he's even asking me why I'm doing it. I'm like, bro, that's what the books say. I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it. I tried. It's cool though. It's cool. You know, I still try to do it sometimes, but man, it's hard. It's very hard to do that 24 hours a day, constantly moving in that spirit of Christ. You know, but it's really just the idea of a perfect man. You know, the idea of a perfect woman, a perfect being. I just want to remind you, that's what we're trying to achieve, you know. You just need to be the most perfect version of you, you know. The most perfect version of you isn't the most perfect version of me, isn't the most perfect version of someone else. We're all inclined to do different things, and it's completely normal, it's completely natural, you know. Someone called me, I forgot to say goodbye in the video, you know what I'm saying? I gotta say bye, I gotta say my outro, but I just wanted to end off from another quote from the Bible. It's John 14:12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth in me, the works that I do, he shall do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. All the work, you know, they was putting in the Bible, you know, all the people they were healing and saving, how they were changing the world. If you believe, then it says that you will do greater works than him. You know, I believe this stuff. I'm giving quotes almost every video, right? God came to me, he says, you know, why are you teaching about me? I had to think about it for a while, but it's really just, I know the works he's done in my life.
I know how much he has saved me and taught me and showed me things that I might have just believed or heard of or were skeptical about. He's giving me the proof of these things. I know people in my personal life question me about it all the time. I give insights and stuff about God and just mental and spiritual questions and stuff. People just come up to me, have that energy around me. Even before I started making videos and stuff, just people who see me, they'll know. This came to the point, I realized the role that God likes to play. He's more so like a God of all possibilities. He can do anything he wants, but he tends to do certain things. He doesn't interact in certain ways, and he interacts in certain ways. He'll show you things you need. He might not show you things you want. Like it's the energy. It's like he has a personality. And I was saying how not to pervert God. But truly, I'll say things, and a younger soul might think I'm perverting God, but it says in the book, the works that they've done, we can do greater works. People like question me about the Satan and stuff, but I've killed more demons than Michael. I've killed more demons than Michael. I've healed more people than Jesus. I've done these things. Us, we know these things. Us who are living this life, we've done great works. Just from the simple fact that this was written like hundreds of years ago, based on stories from thousands of years ago. And now it's like 8 billion people around, 8 billion people. 2,000 years ago, when they say 0 AD, the population was 170 million. Even if, our great brothers and sisters from back then killed everyone on the planet, it's 170 million people. Killed every one of the demons back then, that's 170 million people. Now it's 8 billion people. We're doing greater works. We are putting up greater numbers. We're helping a greater number of people. That's just facts. So, I'll say like outlandish things that I seem to think, God's telling me it's really not that crazy. It's really the truth, Like you're taking on the energy of Christ. You're greater than Christ. It says so in the book. You're taking on the energy of God. You're true. Like if you are, you are. I'm not saying everyone, but me personally, it's like you're greater than God. Like bro, you're my brother. Like you're my older brother. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just our relationship. It's multi-dimensional. You feel me? Sometimes we're sons, sometimes we're brothers, sometimes the roles verse. All these things. Just because I'm a high-spirited being. And I know it's multiple realities. Things change. But I just give that energy of God. I give these quotes and things. I've learned so much from this. I like can't let it go. It's helped me a lot. I know it can still help people because people are asking me personally, like, man, what does this mean? I'm like, bro, it's this. Like, it's simple as this. But people are, they might know more about other things than I do. That's just how I go. Like God will tell you, he's like the Alpha and the Omega, right? So it's like a teacher teaching you your 1, 2, 3s and ABCs and stuff, right? Alpha, the first things you learn, like an elementary school teacher, right? You appreciate that. You use that knowledge every day. Learn how to read and write and count. That is fundamental knowledge, but we're trying to do like rocket ships and stuff. We're trying to build rocket ships and spaceships. We're trying to like do crazier things that most elementary school students aren't learning. We're doing very advanced, high-spirited knowledge, and God doesn't necessarily interact a lot in those realms, right? He's the Alpha and the Omega. That's what he likes to do. He likes to teach people from the beginning, and he likes to show people at the end. He'll always be with you, but those are just the personality traits that he likes to play, Like when us, other gods, other angels, other high spirits, demons, when we're fighting, we're arguing, we're in our negative state, he'll always break it up. He'll always come fix it, We can destroy the world, right? Destroy our reality. He'll come fix it. He's literally the Omega. It's like, y'all not about to fight, He'll let y'all fight, but once it gets that bad, he'll step in. It's happened to me because he's the Omega. He's at the end of the day, what he says goes. But he gives us this space from the beginning to the end. He gives us all the rest of it, truthfully, to do whatever we we wish, whatever we desire, you know. Like, that's what I've learned from God, you know. And the other day I was thinking it's perverted, but it literally says that in the book, you know. I go around saying, like, you know, but everyone's good at different things, you know. Like, I wish, like, some of the people in the past, I wish I had as high magic as them, you know, but I'm good in certain different areas, you know. I really only interact in these certain ways, you know. I wish I could do everything, be a jack of all trades, but we all have our specialties, you know. So, you know, I'm still going to continue telling people to follow the Bible, follow God, you know, but it's just the state we're in now. You know, I get insight and knowledge and, you know, a whole bunch of positive energy from a bunch of different people. The same way back then, it was Christians teaching Jews, going out teaching Muslims, Greek, you know, teaching all kind of different people, even though they were considering themselves Christian. They're still conversating, you know, they're still building that community in other areas. I advise you to do that too, you know. You're listening to me, that's very cool. But, you know, I listen to other people. I might listen to certain pastors, you know. I might listen to certain preachers, but I also might listen to certain rabbis, you know. I've been listening to this rabbi lately. He's been giving me a very different, like, perspective of everything. And it's been really great. And I couldn't find that from someone who only follows the Bible, you know. Even though they're related, you know, New Testament, Old Testament, you know. Even the Quran mentions Christians, the Bible and stuff, Jesus, you know. So it's best to really learn from as many people as you can, as many people who intrigues you. You know, those people will come to you, they'll find you. You know, whenever I'm, you know, in a great state of stress, I'm just thinking, man, like, all these women are trash, you know. God will go show me, like, a great woman, you know. I'm thinking, man, all these dudes are trash. God would be like, you forgot these brothers you never met before. You know what I'm saying? They give their life for you, for real. Like, you forgot these people. I'm just like, you know, I'm living in this small world when God sees the entire thing, you know, the omnipresence. It's like, I know you're feeling this way right now, but it's just because you're not looking over here. It's because you haven't walked over here, traveled over here yet. So we have to kind of take that energy on ourselves, travel to more places in your mind, you know, and from your spirit can travel more places, and you'll see we have a bigger family than we ever had. Like I said, back then it was 107 million people. I know I was reading the other day, it was like, oh, it's 5 million Christian, or 5,000 Christians. It was 5,000 of them at one point. You get what I mean? Now it's like millions, billions of us. So we're increasing in strength, we're increasing in numbers, and we have to remember what the real goal is. You know, take a second and remember what your own goal is. You know, my goal for this really just sharing people what I know, also documenting my spiritual journey, you know. A bunch of people are looking at this, but I know I can go back and look at this and see how I've progressed. You know, it's a beautiful thing. But I'm just trying to relieve stress, you know. Talk about things people don't really talk about, people too scared to talk about, you know. I think that's a great way to end the video. I love y'all. Peace and blessings. Till next time.